Alright, so I found this on printables. These are Ender 3 SEKE bed leveling shims. And apparently, I guess the more expensive printers aren't adjustable either. What some people were saying. Anyway, this guy, I am an engineer, 15788. Has shared these on here. We have there's a comma 01, but I'm gonna guess that's 0.1 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter, 0.3 millimeter, 0.5, 0.6, 0.9, and then 1 millimeter. And these are 3MF files. We're going to download these, and then we'll just see how that they show up on here. We'll go here into this. We've just actually reinstalled the Creality slicer since it was the old one on here. Like some people have talked about, this printer actually will go up to 500 millimeters a second. It's the theoretical max setting. What I didn't like about the video that the guy did on that saying don't buy the KE is he didn't go in and open it up with the KE and see what the KE's max printing setting was. So I'm going to guess if this one is said to be 250 and in software says 500, the 500 might say 750 or something crazy, you know. Anyway, we can probably check that. I want to have all of these all at once, and I don't know how it's going to arrange them. Okay, that works for me. Okay. I'm not super familiar with this particular slicer. Usually layer height, speed, infill, I would think you would probably want 100%, but I'm not sure. Speed 180. Just different things. I'm not gonna play around with that too much. Printing temperature, we're kind of gonna see how this works, but it's recommending 220 with the Creality stuff. I want the fan 50%. That's fine. Okay, extruder. Build plate adhesion. Auto brim. I don't want that on. None. Special modes. All at once. Mesh fixes. Experimental. Okay. Alright. Save. So when you go into here, I guess the guy was saying, "Oh, look at this thing here, the nozzle. Oh, manage." Move ability. See 500. So let me go in here really quick. Maximum. Yeah. Anyway. We don't want to mess with that. I want to slice this thing here, get it on my card, and we can then pull up the other one. I don't know if these are going to print very good on that bed. I'm definitely not going to print them on one of my other printers because they have a tape bed, so they're not smooth. Export to local. Okay. It gives you these huge long-ass names. These are not good. We do not want all that. I noticed that one time I went to go save something, it wouldn't save it because of the name being too long. Alright, let's see here. Is it recognizing? Okay. All right. Okie dokie. Now, let me close this out. Let me go into here. Wonder what this does. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's go here and we'll go. We'll add a printer. We'll add the KE. Okay. We'll just see what happens when we add it. Okay. Nozzle diameter. Click OK. Let's go here and we have the KE. We'll just change it to CR PET G, and then it will say interesting. It wants 230 degrees. Wonder why. Okay, so if we go into here and we click on the nozzle, KE, manage. And so it still says the same thing for either one, 500 and 500. Acceleration limit, 8,000, which I believe is higher than the other one. Well, let me just switch these on the fly. It is. So, the guy sitting here telling us, oh, don't buy this, blah, blah, blah. Well, look at that. The difference between 5,000 and 8,000 is the acceleration limit. And, I mean, they're not the same. They're close. But anyway, I just thought I would talk about that really quick because I watched that video. I'm not going to put a link to his video because I think he's misleading people and convincing them that this cheap-ass printer right here is going to be as fast as the other one. It doesn't. For one, it doesn't have a belt on the top of the gantry. It has like a linear type of rail, so that right there is going to be a huge difference. Anyway, let's eject this, and we'll go over to the printer. I would imagine this would print really fast because these are just little tiny shims. I have a feeling it's going to end up boogering it up just because that's what boogers do. You have to print everything on a fancy sled. I printed one of those infinite cube things. It's pretty cool. Kids love it. Anyway, okay. Print. Shim. Not to be confused with him, but shim. Shim, him, her, him, them. It's a new pronoun, shim. It's a she, him. She, him. Don't get shimmed. Let's see what our temperature is. I want it at 230 though. I don't want it at 220. I didn't change it in the slicer because I want to see if it will actually start at 220, which I think it probably will, but maybe not. So it does in fact revert to 220. I don't know how well it will do at 220 or not. Guess we'll see. Because the actual filament recommends that. We could just go hit it again and come really fast. Can stop it. Hurry. So it should have to wait now. Maybe not. There it goes, printing a booger. And we're doing nothing. So. So all it does is it'll print this piece here, and then it just won't stick. So it just makes a big freaking mess. You can't even get it to just stick in the middle anymore, so I can try and clean it, but it's probably not going to stick. So I'm cleaning it with rubbing alcohol. And then let me see if we can clean the end of this booger. I think it's probably cooling down too. So we gotta go in here. Well, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Back. Temperature. There we go. There we go. I wanted it at 240. And went to bed at, 73 is fine, whatever. I don't feel like keeping on changing it. So I gotta try and clean the end of this damn thing. I mean, I've printed with this since I got this Monday evening. I just can't imagine that this thing already has a bad print bed and print nozzle. So, like I said, I got parts coming for it, and the first thing we'll do is before we screw with anything, we'll try the new print bed and see how that does. I don't know how it just did that. Like you would think like maybe I did something stupid like screw with the Z-axis, but I didn't. So, trying to get this crap off of here. I've seen with my other printer, we get like a bunch of crap on here. I really don't like this cover on here. Here's another thing I don't like about these. They get all this crap up in there. Alright, so I got quite a bit of the stuff off of here. But what it does is it like gets up into the thing, and I feel like it causes problems. So you have this tiny little fan here, and then you've got the extruder right here, I guess. See, our touch sensor is pretty damn small, and I always thought they looked a little bit bigger. So you just have this custom bracket right here, and is it 4 wires or is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 5 wires. Goes to this board here, breaks out to that. I'm just looking for any obvious signs of problems on this thing. And there's your end stop that people were saying, oh, this thing doesn't have an end stop. Yes, it does. So, right now we get a little bit of stuff dripping out. I'm gonna get my bed sheet back on here, and I'm gonna try and do this again. Wow, I can actually look down the edge of the bed and tell that it's not even straight. Looks fine over there. There's something going on with this bed. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, we this cover back on here. They were talking about printing different fan covers and stuff like that, and then changing like this piece where it like blows on both sides. I don't know if it's blowing, just like around the back. We get this on here. I'm going to leave this off. It's just getting covered in crap, and it's just trapping it in there. Let's see. I'd like to get rid of this bulky piece because it's actually blocking my view of what's going on here. So I'm going to look at printing some different stuff for this because I don't like it. Okay, we've told it to do a calibration. So we'll see what happens, what it's going to do. So should do probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 or 9 position thing. I don't know what it's waiting for at this point. Maybe it wants the bed to cool down. I'm not sure. So it's checking 4 different places on the front here. And then it's going to go here and do the same thing. Probably 4 different places. 3, 4. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 point. That's what it looks like to me. I still think it will fail to print these shims. I just don't think it's going to stick to the bed. So, if I take maybe some tape or something, that might be better. I don't want to really play around with all the other stuff. It's an automatic printer. It's supposed to just print. But other than the very first few prints that I made with it, it hasn't been able to do that. I haven't even had it a week. I already had it apart and did just that. You know, just a bunch of stuff. Good Lord. So it's going to sit here and do this forever. And in the meantime that it's doing that, it's letting the damn print head cool off, which is obnoxious. So basically, why can't you keep the print temperature, the print head going? So now I'm going to have to wait for the thing to go back up before you'll start to print again. Stupid. It's stupid. Kind of like this rubber boot that sucks up all the crap into it, and I need to try and clean it later on. You got a piece trying to come out now. Okay, what's he going to do? Here we go with failure number 110, or whatever it is. Jesus Christ, how many times does it need to probe the damn bed? And you would think as many times as it does that it would be accurate, but it's not. Oh, I'm going to sit here again, and now I've adjusted the temperature one more time. So, because that's what I put in the slicer, that's what it's going to try and do. I don't know why the slicer recommended 220. It seems a little too low. But we'll let it do it, because it'll probably fail. It says printing its test line. It's levitating. Also, I might... No, it didn't stick. I can see it right now. Yep. Not sticking. Ah, damn, stupid thing. Okay. This is what you get after 1 week. Get all this crap off the bottom now. Oh man, come on. Alright. Lovely. It'll print right there, but it will not print right here. I'm done. Off you go.